The City of Lewiston and the Lewiston-Auburn Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce have announced a fund dedicated to supporting the creation of a memorial and community events following the mass shootings in the city last year.
The One Lewiston Resilience Fund will be dedicated to supporting the creation of a memorial, as well as events that will help unify the community and help it move forward.
18 people were killed and 13 others were injured last October when a gunman opened fire at 2 locations. With the fund, a memorial planning committee will be established by the city and chamber.
The committee will be comprised of victims' families, survivors, the deaf community, nonprofit partners, local businesses, the chamber, and city officials. Those involved will help with the design and implementation process of the memorial.